So for this makeup assignment, talking about an object that can be art but isn't typically seen as it, I decided to, and I'm pointing at my clock that's in my room specifically, but I was thinking clocks in general. Um, this giant one is kind of an art piece. It's like so giant and a huge feature on my wall, but oftentimes it's something that we just look at to represent um, time, obviously, but I think of clocks and I think of rushing around and trying to calculate and put together your day or organizing your time and things like that. So it's very much like a utility, I guess I would say. um, but often also, I'm pointing my light away from it now. Okay. But what you can also, I guess, determine from clocks, or what I think of, it can be more representative of time as a whole and your purpose and what you're doing, where you're going, and it can become this introspective thing that you view and think more holistically about your life or time passing by or things like that. And so for me, I feel like a clock is something that we look at very much like we might look at an actual piece of art on the wall, like that. But it's more on the opposite spectrum of something we use in our everyday life, but we view it not artistically. But I think if we think about it, it could become something that we view artistically because we're thinking about life, and life divides up into time, and it's just something that we can view in that way, I think. And so that is kind of what I was thinking when I tried to think of an object that could be art without necessarily being defined as that in most cases. And I think it's very representative of something more artistic and introspective when you take the time to slow down and just look at it, And there is, of course, I guess in another vein of thought, we could look at it artistically in the way that it's also symmetrical, and the way that the gears work and it's constantly moving in motion and time, and it just never really stops. So yeah, I guess there's just a lot of different ways that you could kind of interpret clocks as art, but that is my summary, I guess. In summary, that is art on my wall.